Hello everyone, Beastie here, I'm back with another video. Today we're discussing something a little bit different, but that is very much connected to us, to the Starcraft 2 community. So let's get into it. So for those that are maybe not aware what happened last night, Blizzard announced something on their Heroes of the Storm forums. It's called Heroes of the Storm News. I'm pretty sure I had a hard time finding the title for that one. Basically, if you haven't seen this, what they're saying is, Heroes is amazing. They want to support it still. They love the game, yada yada. But they are moving the developers from Heroes of the Storm. They're moving into other projects. And what does this mean for us? Well, it means that, if you saw, let's say, 6 heroes a year, you'll probably be seeing 1 or 2 new heroes released a year. It means that you're not going to see as frequent balance patches. You won't see as frequent changes to the maps because there's no development team. It is gone. It is moved on. So they say here how they want to set up the game for long-term sustainability, and a lot of people found this funny. Because of the things I'll mention a bit later. But basically what they're doing from business point of view, they're cutting the development team, so they're not investing as much money into it because the return on what they're investing is probably not worth it for them. Now, they're saying that this is not the first time we've had to make tough choices like this. Games like Diablo 2, World of Warcraft, Starcraft 2, Overwatch, and more would not exist had we not made similar decisions in the past. If you guys are Starcraft fans, you probably know that a couple of years ago, many years ago, Blizzard has moved Starcraft developers to other projects, which were probably Heroes of the Storm or Overwatch. One of those two. And well, now we have those games, so they are technically, they are right about that. It's just kind of sad when they write off their game completely. So, the next thing, which is even bigger bad news, if you can imagine. So they're saying, we've also evaluated our plans about Heroes Esports. After looking at all our priorities and options in light of change with the game, the Heroes Global Championship and Heroes of the Storm will not return in 2019. Oof, this is huge. This is not just, hey guys, no more competitive tournaments, you can still make some. That's it. They are completely, pretty much canceling Heroes of the Storm. I know there are people in Heroes that play just for fun. They play with their friends and that's it. They log in to do a game or two and they quit. But a lot of people play it for the competitive side. A lot of people play it and watch the pro players trying to emulate their play. Try to see what the pro players are doing. And what's happening now is all the pro players, they're done. That's it. No pro player will be playing HOTS anymore. What are you going to play for? For fun? They've invested years of their time trying to get better and better at the game, and now they're out of the game, out of their job, basically. Same thing with commentators and hosts in Heroes of the Storm. I know some of them that went over from Starcraft to Heroes, Caldor and Kalaris. He didn't technically go away from Starcraft, but he was hosting Heroes quite a lot. They're without job, and I'm pretty sure more casters just have nothing planned because this was very, very sudden. A lot of players said that the implications of pro scene in 2019 existing was real from Blizzard. They never said it outright, but they kind of, insinuated that yes, there is going to be 2019, and then just dropped this news last night. And a lot of people are without jobs, and a lot of people are, looking for what they're gonna do next. And honestly, I think that casters and hosts are gonna have easier time finding what are they gonna do next. If you hosted a game for Blizzard, you're not gonna have, a lot of obstacles trying to find your job somewhere else. Maybe it won't be a Blizzard title, but you should be able to manage. Same with commentating. But if you were a pro player, you can't just be like, okay, now I'm gonna be a pro in StarCraft 2. Not how it works. So I feel really bad for them. I know a lot of them took time off of like studies and universities, job, whatever, to try and be a pro player full time, and now they're kind of screwed. As far as streamers go in HOTS, I definitely see some of them staying. The most popular ones might still stream HOTS, but they will experience heavy losses in viewership, heavy losses in subs, and heavy losses in their revenue as well. And the reason for that is, like I mentioned previously, some people are playing it casually, but a lot of people want that feeling. You know, if you're playing a multiplayer game, doesn't matter what it is, you like that feeling of, last month I was silver, this month I'm gold. Next month I want to get platinum. Next month I want to get diamond. One day I want to be top. I want to be grandmaster. I want to play with a pro player. That's what you're kind of aiming for. That's what you're looking forward to. You might not put your whole life into that, right? But you kind of have something to aim towards. You know, you're looking at the top, you're at the bottom. Now, pro players are gone. GM will be a joke. Hero League and Team League have had problems for a very long time. And a lot of the players that were competitive, doesn't matter if they're competitive at silver, platinum, diamond, they're going to leave. There's nothing to be competitive for. Some of the people maybe were striving to become pro players one day, and that is gone. And when there's no competition, when there's no tournaments, a lot of people will lose the will to play the game. Especially knowing, and Blizzard are saying, there's no development team. The developers are gone to another project. They said they will still release new content, you know, whatever, heroes, you know, events and so on. Honestly, I think that's already made. Like, I think that the heroes they plan to release or the map for 2019 is already made. They will just wait and then release it in time. And maybe in 2020 you don't see any development or any releases at all. Pretty sure they're going to be releasing new skins, new mounts, cha-ching. But other than that, it is rough. I feel really bad for everyone that's very, very invested into heroes, because I think Starcraft's been carrying the dead game meme for a while, but I think meme is one thing, and these kinds of news of game becoming dead is has a more real meaning to it. So yes, people will still be playing it. Majority of the people will be leaving. And that is the sad truth. So let's look at the direction that Blizzard is taking. So we've seen over time that, you know, Blizzard's been more and more into mobile gaming. You know, that's where the money lies. The Asian market for mobile gaming is where literally all the money is. And that's the shift that Blizzard's been taking. So the first mobile game that they released, if I'm not mistaken, was for Hearthstone. And the reason why Hearthstone is on mobile is doing great and no one is mad about it is because it is not a separate game. It is a bonus to the original game. So you can play Hearthstone on your computer. Now you can play it on mobile when you're not home. That's great. Nothing to complain about. You know, they didn't release card specifics to the mobile and then you have to install it on mobile to, you know, back and forth. Then we've seen Diablo Immortal, which was a disaster. I never gave my opinion on Diablo Immortal. A lot of you guys asked me to, you know, what is your opinion, make a video about it, and so on and so forth. I won't take too long. I honestly, but let me finish. I don't mind Diablo Immortal being on mobile, but the way it was done was terrible. It was really bad, and I honestly don't know who approved that, and I honestly don't know how they could have been surprised that the reaction from the audience and everyone else was like that. I think that, you know, Blizzard kind of, you know, said a couple of times, yeah, we're working on some other Diablo projects. I'm guessing they're assuming Diablo 4, but at this point it might be Diablo Mortal, not Immortal, but Mortal, for another mobile game. I don't know. But I think that if Blizzard already had, you know, Diablo 4 coming and planned for whatever it is, 2019 or 2020, what they should have done at BlizzCon, because BlizzCon is like your most hardcore audience. You don't announce mobile garbage there. Like, what are you doing? How, like, how is that approved? I just don't get it. So if Blizzard has Diablo 4 in development and they came out at BlizzCon and they were like, hey, BlizzCon, blah, 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 what's up, you know, Diablo fans, you out there? And they're like, we're gonna play your little trailer. And they play a fucking 1 minute trailer of Diablo 4. And they even said, we have no fucking idea when it's coming out. Maybe 2019, maybe 2020. We'll keep you updated. Diablo 4 is coming though. If they said that, people would be so hyped. People would be like screaming and fucking fainting in the crowd. And then after, they said, meanwhile, while you guys wait for Diablo 4, what we did is we made a mobile Diablo Immortal. They can kind of catch you up with the story, what happened. I can't remember exactly. It was like Diablo, between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 or something like that, or in between stories of Diablo 3. You can play that on mobile and you can catch up the story. It's going to keep your interest, you know, going, kind of give you a little snack till Diablo 4, the main meal comes. And people will be like, mobile. Yeah, but who cares? Diablo 4 is coming. I'll probably install it. I'll give it a go. You know, whatever. When I'm bored outside, I'll play a little bit of Diablo Immortal, see how it is. People would not have minded that at all. Some people would be upset, but everyone would be like, hey, who cares? If you don't want to play that shit, you don't have to play it. Our main game on PC is coming. But what they did wrong is they announced a mobile game to the most hardcore PC audience that was at BlizzCon. No matter what game it is, that's your hardcore audience that paid hundreds of dollars to be there. And Diablo fans were expecting Diablo 2 Remaster or Diablo 4, and they got the D. That's not how you release mobile games, just saying. I mean, look at Command & Conquer. Now, this is the obvious step that Blizzard is taking to be more invested into mobile games. Like I said, there's money in there. And the question is, what happens, what game is next in the mobile game industry? Well, Blizzard said here in this post twice that they have the most unannounced projects that they're working on than ever in the history of Blizzard. So let's say they have 10 different projects they're working on. I can guarantee 9 of those are mobile, and one of them might be a new game. Why? Well, they're going to give that one game to the PC audience, and they're going to give the 9 for the money. So which game is next? Obviously Diablo mobile. There we go. That's done. Hearthstone is out, and I think that's a positive. Heroes mobile. I'm not feeling it. I don't know. I don't know about that. Then we have WoW, and I think WoW is probably the next one in line. And this is another one of those things that the way they will release this will fuck it up. So Diablo was a complete disaster because of the things I said, and WoW Mobile has a lot of potential. Now, obviously, I don't mean like MMO, you know, playing MMO on your phone. I don't mean that. I think that WoW Mobile with pet battles, or like Pokemon Go with WoW pets, or just pet battles, just fighting, picking 3 pet battles, fighting against people, leveling your pets. I think that's a cool idea. I think that's a great idea. Why I think Blizzard might fuck it up? Well, if you're not aware of WoW, if you're not playing WoW, BFA, the current expansion, is a disaster. I don't know how to put it. It's a complete fail and disaster, and I honestly think for the first time ever that developers that are developing the game have never played the game, or just don't play the game at all. They seem very disconnected from everything. I've been playing BFA since it came out, and you know, community wants one thing, and Blizzard is like, but look at this thing. Look at this thing. And the community is like, yeah, but we want this. And they're like, but this though. And they're doing that throughout the whole expansion. And if that continues till next BlizzCon and BFA is shit, and they announced WoW Mobile, that will be another disaster. Because people will see it like, you can't even fix the PC version and you just want money grabbing for mobile. But if BFA was in a good spot, like if it was in a great spot, then people would open-handedly take the pet battles on mobile because it won't affect your game. Again, it's a bonus. It's not a separate game like Diablo is. It's just a bonus to what you're already doing, and people will love that. But, you know, we have a whole year to see what Blizzard will do with BFA and how people will take that. Overwatch Mobile, I mean, I don't know how they would do that, but, I mean, I guess PUBG, oh my god, Overwatch or Battle Royale? Ugh, that just popped in my mind. Yeah, that might be a thing next year as well. The only reason why I see they would do Overwatch on mobile, it's because they're investing the most money out of any of their games in esports, in just Overwatch development. So I see Overwatch Mobile because of that, just trying to expand their market more and more. And then the last game that we have, hopefully I didn't forget any. I mean, I don't think Warcraft 3 is going to be on mobile with Reforged coming, so won't even discuss that. Starcraft 3 on mobile, boys. Starcraft 3 Immortal. Starcraft Immortal. You know, a year ago, if I said this, people would be like, come on. Starcraft on mobile, yeah, right. Who would play that shit? Well, I know a lot of people in Asia that would. And I know that's a lot of money. So you can expect that there's a very good possibility that we will see, maybe not all of those that I've listed, but Starcraft Immortal, WoW Pet Battles, maybe even something Overwatch related might be coming. I'm 100% sure that one of those will be coming next BlizzCon, if not all three. And that's kind of scary. Blizzard is just kind of forgetting about PC games. They're moving to what makes money, and they're losing their hardcore audience. And we see Blizzard now being, you know, put side by side with EA, which is very yikes. So, next thing that I wanted to discuss about. What happens with esports Blizzard games that are not Heroes of the Storm? This is the first move, and guess what? Esports events have not been announced for 2019. And everyone is just kind of like waiting and kind of hoping that it's not bad news for their game. So let's start with Hearthstone. I don't think Hearthstone will suffer any losses, any changes in a bad way. I think if anything, Hearthstone is going to get more money, more developers put into it. I think Hearthstone is fine. Their esports scene is fine. The tournaments are going well. The viewership's going well. They're obviously making money with the cards. You know, who doesn't love cards, right? Gotta catch them all, or gotta buy them all. I don't think Hearthstone will suffer in any way. This is probably, you know, heroes dying is probably a good thing for Hearthstone from business point of view. And yeah, that's it. Overwatch is blooming. They have a fuck ton of sponsors. They have their Overwatch League, which I think paying is like millions of dollars or something like that to get a team inside. I mean, we've seen them push it onto ESPN constantly, you know, bar crafts, this, that. We've seen, what is it, Lucio's cereal. So they're making food now as well, which is probably just sugar cereal. So yeah, I think Overwatch is fine. Again, if anything, it will just kind of be better, not any worse. Don't think any changes or nerfs to the esports are coming. WoW is next. So, like I said, BFA is a disaster. I'm starting to think that what Blizzard will do is pull the developers from WoW as well soon. Maybe half the number of the developers, and instead of releasing expansion every 2 years, they will release it every 3-4 years. Why? Well, because there's vanilla coming out, and with vanilla coming out, there's your content. We have content without making content because it's old content. They just need to remake the zones and everything, but they don't need developers to create anything new. And guess what happens after vanilla? The Burning Crusade, the Wrath of the Lich King. So they basically have their content reset for the next 15 years. And this is why I think that they might slow down with the expansions that are going after BFA because of that. They might not pull the developers, we don't know, but the way that BFA is going and them just kind of like not really fixing anything leads me to believe that that is the case. The part of the WoW that might take a hit is WoW Esports. I think this year is probably one of the best years for WoW Esports at BlizzCon. But you gotta ask yourself, does it actually give them money? I don't think the answer is yes. So, Blizzard has never ever been enthusiastic about World of Warcraft PvP. So I would not be surprised if they announce it very soon that WoW PvP 2019 tournaments will not be going on. They're just going to be cut because no money. So why would you? Obviously, this will not make as big of an impact as it does for Heroes, because Heroes there's no PvE part, right? WoW is mainly a PvE game. So even though this might, take a hit on the whole game, it will probably not kill WoW or anything like that. Next thing. Next thing is Starcraft 2. I mean, you gotta ask yourself, after Diablo and after Heroes, since those are kind of bopped, what is the next game that makes them the least amount of money? Yep, it's Starcraft. It is Starcraft. So how do you deal with the games that make you least amount of money? Well, you cut their competitive scene. Will this happen to Starcraft? Honestly, if you asked me this a year ago, with the viewership that Starcraft had, I would have said yes. Starcraft is next and WCS will be removed and the funding for Starcraft Esports will be cut. But Cyril not only won every tournament, I feel like he contributed so much to Starcraft viewership rising again. And I think that battle chests are, they said it themselves, they're a way to support the esports because they didn't want to do it themselves. So we needed to buy chests and proceedings go to esports. I think that was Blizzard's last kind of effort. Like, let's see if this can, make it up for the cost that we have for StarCraft. And I think that Cyril winning, every tournament and BlizzCon helped with that quite a bit. And I feel like this would be terrible timing for Blizzard to discontinue WCS next year. I think it would make no sense. StarCraft viewership from last year, I think, doubled. Home Story Cup has had the most viewers they've ever had. And I think it would be just really stupid and bad timing from Blizzard to discontinue WCS next season or next year. IM Katowice is already, I think, announced. So that's happening. There's a little thing that's happening in a day or two with StarCraft. Good thing. Don't worry about it. And I don't know. Like I said, if this was last year, I would have said, yes, we are done, boys. But because of this, I think Blizzard is also on the fence of making the decision. Do we continue? Do we discontinue it? Because StarCraft doesn't make the money. But also in a way, I feel like Blizzard can't discontinue StarCraft esports scene because StarCraft, from StarCraft 1, it's a 20-year-old game. You can't pull the plug now. You're too committed. The StarCraft community is very old, very loyal, and very passionate about StarCraft. So I think from their business point of view, even though maybe it doesn't make them money, would be a bad decision. StarCraft's increasing viewership will also help attract new sponsors. Hopefully they promote the game more. Obviously, free to play came into this, and everyone can enjoy Starcraft as it is. Obviously, Starcraft's development team is long time gone. Nothing new is being made. You're not gonna see, new reworks of engine or new expansion, nothing like that. So I'm hoping that WCS 2019 doesn't get removed or doesn't get cut in any way. Maybe they're gonna make it so that instead of 4 live events a year, they're gonna make it 2 live events and 2 online kind of events in order to cut the production cost and the setup they need to do for the tournament. Maybe they cut the prize pool. I really hope not, but I guess that's just kind of something we have to wait and see. The good news is we do have war chest out for new skins, but a lot of people are very confident into it. A lot of people are like, well, war chest is coming, so WCS 2019 is coming as well. Well, doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, they're still going to release skins for HOTS, even though, it's gone. So that's something we have to wait and see. I personally think that Blizzard wouldn't do something like that to cut Starcraft, but you never know. You never know. Anyway, this is it for the video. I would love to hear your guys' opinion, not only on Heroes, but on the other games as well, on WoW, on Overwatch, on Hearthstone, on StarCraft 2, obviously. Let me know what you think down below. What do you think is going to happen? What is going on with Blizzard in the first place? And are you going to play the mobile games that are coming? They're taking us by the storm. Rip. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe if you did. But for now, that is for me today. Have a great day. I'll see you guys with another video tomorrow. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and make sure to check out one of my previous videos. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a very nice day, and I'll see you guys next time.